Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Welcome to the stream. I'm Great Alan, and we're about to head to Colonia. So we're currently at Mars High, and the aim is to get to Colonia as quickly as possible. Alright, Oz, just let me know when you're ready to start, and we'll go from there. I did update that. Alright, that should have fixed that up. Yeah. For some reason, Stream Elements has got things a little bit confused. But it should be right now. Not bad at all. Yourself? Yep, it's just come up. Right, so hopefully that should be working. Well, we can chat via Twitch too, apparently. No, what I want is push to mute, not push to talk. Yeah, we should be. Now, can you hear me? Yep, I can see your chat. Right, can you see mine? Thank you for joining. Stream Together has ended. Yes, too many testes. Hey, if we can see each other's chat, that's the main thing. Although it's saying that it's stopped. I did. Do you want to re-request me? I mean, I think our chats are still connected somehow, because that's done through OBS, isn't it? There we go. Right, we'll retest again. So my chat's working properly, and I can chat to you via Discord, so that's fine. We just do a shout out for each other, I guess. That's the main thing. Alright, so I've got that one going. The chat's working with the proper chat, I believe. Yep, that should be working now. So you saw my second test written, didn't you? Yep. I can see Poby1 Kenobi chatting. Alright, he's telling us to launch. I've got everything ready to go. If the chat's a sync, that's the main thing. All right. So, so if I do this. Now, did you see that? Did you see the shout out? Well, I can see your chat in I don't know what's going on. It appears to be working. Right, yeah, okay. So we're just chatting via Discord and send messages via the other stuff. All right. 3, 2, 1, I'm on my way. So I decided to go to Jackson's Lighthouse and see how quickly I can get to the first jump. No, wrong one. Yep. Come on. Computer's going a bit slow just to prove a point. Next neutron jump. Oh, it would help if I didn't have it silenced. Next neutron jump. Yep. You see, with a neutron boost, I can jump over 500 light years in this thing now. So did you stick with the 128 ton fuel tank or switch to the 64? Yep. It's a roller coaster ride you get used to. Yeah, the only thing I've got to do is keep an eye on the fuel a little bit more than you do. That's right. Yep. I think you get 12 jumps or something out of it. It's like the Beluga. The Beluga's got a bucket load of jumps, but it just doesn't jump anywhere near as far. See, I think it's 9 jumps out of a tank, or thereabouts. Whereas you get between 13 and 14. Aim about halfway out. Right, now I can see your stream and mine. Yeah, if you aim about halfway down the screen, you tend to avoid the exclusion zones. There you go, fully charged. Recalculate your route. Yeah, sometimes it depends on how big the gap is between the neutrons. See, some of mine are under 400 as well, but it's just because that's right. My maximum's around 500. Just a little bit over. But I'll also need to refuel roughly twice as often as you do. But hey, it's a good test, isn't it? Do you really save time save time when travelling if using a smaller fuel tank for better jump range? I aim to hit the roller coaster ride at between 11 and 20 megameters per second. Because that way you don't tend to fly straight through. Yeah. No, but if you're going much more than 20 megameters a second, you'll actually go in one side and out the other. And 11's about the slowest you want to be going, because you still want to be approaching the bloody thing. See, I'm under half the tank already. I think I'm on 6. I'm a regular traveller. I did this trip twice in a week, but not with the Caspian setup like I've done with this one. This one's only 440 light years. Can't believe I'm saying only. I reckon I've got 3 more jumps before I need to reach it. There you are. There is a knack to this. Once you're used to it, it's much easier. I mean, there are people that can refuel at full speed. They've done this so often. This is why no matter what ship I'm in, I always, because of the exclusion zones, I always have a heat sink. You got to have them just in case. Because the last thing you want to do is blow up when you're 11,000 light years along in a journey. So I'll get 12 jumps, roughly. Between 12. probably get closer to 20. When refueling, the easiest way to do it is just go back to your galaxy map. Don't replot. Just target a star near where your next neutron is, and, rather than plotting to it. So like this one here is 470 light years, and I've got a 7-year jump to the neutron. Grumpy says, how's the new shippy? To put it bluntly, it jumps a long friggin' way. Yeah, I don't know why the chats aren't connecting. It's saying that it should be. There's my fuel redone. So, yeah, my current, at full tank of fuel, my current jump range is 84 light years. So, fully fueled, hang on, I'll be back. son on phone who just finished work. Look at 1,481 light year jump. Did some testing on ED shipyard, and I can get this current build up to 87.9 light years, I think, without touching the fuel tank any further. And that's just with the lightweight engineering. So it's not that much better. Well, if you put your minimum plot range, your minimum plot range, right? That's when you've got an absolutely chock-a-block fuel tank and any cargo full. Doesn't change a lot, but I mean, that's an extra 12 light years because of the shipbuilding, potentially. Yep, you might drop one or two. Yeah. I mean, this is part of the reason why I use the ED Copilot, because it when you can set it up. Oh look, somebody's trying to sell me followers again. Goodbye. Just watch out for the exclusion zone. Yeah, I usually aim between a third and halfway along the cone, and that usually brings you in at just the right angle, and you just got to run almost parallel to it when you go in. Yep. Because if you're looking towards it, you'll just get straight into the zone. Basically sucks you in. And you can actually get, you know, black holes in Elite Dangerous just do the gravity distortion thing. You actually get a little bit of that around some neutrons as well, if you're in the right spot. Yep. Well, they are rather dense objects. Oh, they came to me too. Well, not quite. Yep. But that's part of the reason I use ZD Copilot, because it takes all the copy and paste out of the way for you. And when you're traveling versus exploring, cheating. It's the beard, mate. You think it's a long trip from New Zealand to Australia? We're going from Seoul to Colonia. Well, we can do that next time. Yep. Oh, don't worry, I was thinking the same thing. But at least this is a 2-week one. So we've got plenty of time. Yep. Radicoida. They're Easter eggs from Radicoida. Yep. Yeah, they don't have rabbits, they have Radicoida instead. It's the end of the world as we know it. Yeah, I've got a jump range of 84 light years, and Oz has got about 79, was it? Because we're using the new Caspian Explorer, which is specifically designed for travelling. Yep. We got a phone call. I've got 13,500 light years to go. always a challenge. I wonder if I can get there and back before you get there. Well, I just jumped into the galaxy map and typed in Colonia, and I didn't target it or anything. Not everybody's a good shot. You didn't buy dinner? What'd you buy? Well, that's protein and dairy and a bit of vegetable. That's 3 of the food groups. Did you have it on toast? That'd make 4 food groups. Oh, how disappointment. Yeah, guess what? I'm getting fuel before I go there. I break for Thargoid sticker. Yeah, 5% fuel, so I'm glad I'm refueling. One thing I do like about this thing is it doesn't overheat while you're refueling. Or at least mine hasn't yet. And because you can fit a size 7 fuel scoop in there, it fills up pretty quick. Yep. Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, but in this you don't need it, because you can do like 22 jumps without refueling. I've refueled twice, and after I scoop this I'll check how far I've got to go to Colonia. So I had 22,000 light years or thereabouts. So I've got 12,252 to go, so I'll only need to refuel twice more. So 5 and a bit tanks of fuel to get to Colonia. And I had enough arcs to buy a paint job for this thing. So it's red with glowy bits. Yeah. Well, mine's red, so it goes faster. But that's because it's red. No, I had some Steam credit left over, so I bought some arcs. Yeah, I'm only 6,000 ahead of you. I've also had an awful lot more practice of doing this. I think you'll do it. You'll be right. But see, I've flown to Beagle Point twice by myself. Just because. I've done other expeditions where I've gone like, I went from the bubble about, I think it's 11,000 light years east when you're looking directly down on the galaxy map, and then went via galactic center to the northwest and then flew back again. Just because. But that's all been done on my main account. Raced a guy that used to, his big thing was flying to Beagle Point on one stream, and this is, I think it was before FSD boosting was a thing, on one stream with no cockpit. I'll be back in a minute. And I'm back. Only 10. One of my wife's uncles is not in a good way, so she just got home from visiting him at the nursing home. So had to get the update and make sure that everything was as it should be. Some new discoveries. M-type stars. Oh, that's right. This account's never been to Colonia before. I should have made sure I had all the engineers unlocked. Oh well. No, I alt-tabbed and ran straight into the start. I mean, exclusion zone. That saves time. There's probably 4 jumps. But that's the thing, it's both of us trying something different. 5 years? We're in Caspian Explorers, not Sidewinders. I knew somebody... Well, my first trip to Beagle Point took me nearly 3 years. Well, I should say, the trip over there was quick, but the trip back took me nearly 3 years. Because I went exploring. That's... because it was fun. It still is. I like exploration. It's like flying a jumbo jet that relies on autopilot to get from A to B. Some people enjoy it and other people don't. Now, if it was a PvP contest, then I'd be, yeah, just a wee bit. I mean, the only thing I'm good at in PvP is running away. Well, yep. I can remember one time it was, there were a couple of them that were notorious for sitting in stations and hitting people that were trying to land in cargo CGs. And there was one guy that yeah, well, funnily enough, I do that anyway. I'd rather have some interaction than none. Yep. No. And I mean, some of them I've had good chats to at different times. There are some things I've learned. It's funny how they had one Muppet show. Now there's ads featuring Muppets everywhere, but they're not telling us whether they're going to do any more Muppet shows. I think they need to bring it back. That's by himself. Oh, that's the other thing you'll notice about this thing is that it almost never needs FSD repair. Yeah, not the whole the FSD. If you look at the FSD, it'll probably be around the same. Because normally after about 10 jumps, you're looking at repairing your FSD. But this thing, I mean, I've done lots of jumps. I'm still at 97% on my frame shift drive, and I've done about 30, coming up to 30 jumps. I think too that when you're doing some things in Elite Dangerous, having either a HOTAS, or even a controller can be an advantage. Not for everything, but for some things, especially stuff like this, because I mean, it's easier to control your throttle if you've got a throttle. It's not ideal. Yeah, I'm now in the Kluku section area. Yeah, CL00KU. Yeah, so 95% for your frame shift drive, which is really the only one you've got to worry about. You only got to worry about it when it hits below 80. Fill that a Class B. Come up. Oh no, dude. I like that one. My Arc's powered turbo boost. Oh, of course we are. Who would have thought anything different? I just had an error happen. going to have to try and figure out how to get this co-streaming thing going. Well, I'm just a little way along. You want to get out of the cone a little quicker. Now what you got to do is ask ChatGPT to show you the pictures that he's got of Aisling Duval. That's too easy to abuse. I know that it has certain filters in there, but people work their way around the filters. Yeah. Yeah, well, there are other ways of describing it, but yeah, we can stick with that one. Oh, don't forget to use your supercharge assist to get, supercharge boost, super cruise boost to get out of the cone once you've supercharged. It's much quicker. Saves you trying to fly out of it when you get stuck in one of those extremely violent ones. So much quicker to get out. And you don't need to use it for long. So you're not using much in the way of fuel. Oh, I'm not having fun with this at the moment. I had to change one of the things on the joystick. There we go. So at the moment you're about 7,000 light years behind me. And I've got 6,000 light years to go. So I got probably 13 jumps. Crew command roster. Rotate the watch. Crew command roster. Activate Skynet. That is all. All stations report. But it's something new because you haven't done it. As soon as I found out you hadn't done it, it's like, okay, you've got to try this. Yep. Yeah, well, I tend to play these days almost exclusively Elite, ATS and ETS2. Well, the other thing I'm thinking of getting back into is Roller Coaster Tycoon and stuff like that. Because I just like building the coasters. It doesn't grab you. But you can be creative in different ways, but the thing is it doesn't, to me, Planet Coaster, the Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 didn't grab me like Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 and 2 did. I just found that building the roller coasters in Roller Coaster Tycoon was cathartic. Learning how to fast travel so he can get where he wants to go before he needs to. But this isn't exploration, this is just travelling. Yeah, well, I bought an SRV just in case I found something really interesting. Or on the way back I might take a detour via something interesting. Jump out in the SRV and do some bioscanning and whatever. Catch up. I've got 4,500 light years to go to Colonia, and he's more than 7,000 light years behind me. Mind you, you haven't done bad. Your time has not been bad. Once you got down... Yep. And that was your main aim, was to be able to get there in about half the time. Oh, sorry, in that time. Not be stuck in the middle of nowhere. Yo. Yep. All this is an FSD, everything else is D-rated and lightweighted. Yeah. Why not engineer it for what you want it for? So you don't even have to take reasonable thrusters. Theoretically, if you're travelling, you don't need to boost. All you need to do is be able to land. Because obviously if you're travelling, eventually there's a destination in mind. One more jump and then refuel. I reckon with this ship I could almost get to the bubble in Colonia with one refuel if I had the 128 in there. It'd go close. Oh, I can make it to this Class B star that's just passed. 493 light years on this jump. And I'll have about 4% fuel remaining. Love the swearing birds. Yeah, we're at the halfway point, so you should be good. You'll be quicker for the second up. Yep. Well, I got over 10,000 points. I might as well spend them on something. I do like the swearing birds. Those African grey parrots are insanely intelligent. At least as far as conversation goes. I'll just turn mine off. Right, 7 jumps remaining. Why they plonked it where it is. This week. Should be a little over. Halfway now. Yeah, that's an angry neutron. It used to be a thing that if you could target your destination, you could charge your neutron before you jump. Charge your drive again before you jumped. So while you're in the process of jumping, you could charge for the next neutron jump. But it's just really hard to line everything up. It works. I could save. I'm just trying to work it out. I could save, I think it's about 15 seconds per jump if I set up the things to do it a slightly different way. Basically, as soon as I land in the system, it'd start plotting. So it'd plot before I supercharged, whereas at the moment it waits until I've supercharged before it plots. I don't know, all this something in head. Colonia originally was meant to jump to Sajay, and it missed. I think we should. I can. Yep. Yeah, well, that's where with this, I can understand why they don't jump you between the or dump you between the stars, because the distances are much bigger. But, I think I've got 4 jumps to go. But I had to go and talk to the missus because one of her uncles is not well. They believe he'll go sometime this weekend. But it's been a long time. No, it's been a long time that he's been suffering with various illnesses. So when she got home from going and visiting him, I had to take a break for 10 minutes and then come back. But she also knew that this was a pre-planned thing, so she wasn't upset and annoyed and all that sort of jazz. So she knew what to expect, and I kept her updated on what was going on. Yeah, that's right. I know it's been done in under an hour and a half. Oh, you see that doesn't count. Yeah. It's not hacking, but it's sort of using every other method possible. There we go, Colonia's now 337 light years away. Which, what time did we actually start? We had lots of problems with that. Time to go was 12 past 6, so that's when you put it in the string. So that's an hour and a half to get to Colonia. Now I just need to find somewhere to land before somebody blows me up. I'm going to go to Dove Enigma. It's been a long while since I've been there. I was there when they first introduced it to the game. It was my first ever expedition. You just don't repair your FSD at the moment, because that'll drop you out of Super Cruise and everything. 1 hour, 10 minutes and 4 seconds. No, sold to Colonia in under 40 minutes on the 5th of December. "39 minutes, 55 seconds, 46 jumps, no refueling, no repair. Maximum single jump of 544 light years." Yep. Yeah, what it'll do is it'll plot the furthest one from you in the direction you want to go that is not past your jump range. So sometimes it might be really close to what your limit is, and other times it'll be much, much shorter. So there you go. The record to Colonia is about 40 minutes, and it took me an hour and a half, and yeah. I've got some work to do, in other words. Yeah. Yeah, the Cluku sector. Nope, because I don't do that. I rescue people instead. Do you need fuel? I'll put some repair limpets in. On Distant Worlds 2, I was refueling and repairing the gankers. Well, it meant that I didn't get blown up. I was completely unarmed. But yeah, I figured somebody had to help them out. Yeah, well, that's what it was. It was just, yeah, I got to know a few of them that had done the trip. Yep. Well, when somebody else blew me up, the group that I'd been helping with repairs and refueling went and blew them up 3 times. So, yep, it's so much easier to keep track of them. Yep. Yep. Because it's a reasonably cheap ship with decent guns. Yep. The Kestrel is nuts. I, I, I got one gifted to me on my main account. But yeah, that's I'm out not on Distant Worlds 3 at the moment, so I can't do anything with the ship. Poby, I am there. Anyway, hello MJ, welcome in. I'm actually gonna jump out of my stream and just watch Oz and see how things go. All right, well, I'll get this set up so that I can raid a particular person. I don't know if there's anybody still watching my stream because yours is so much more entertaining. Oh, I've already retired, so. No, not particularly.